welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Piece of New York. Today, we're in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and we've come to Steve's Authentic Key Lime Pie. Now, if you take a look at the word authentic in the dictionary, you'll see reliable, trustworthy, authoritative, and the reviews say all of that for this particular business. One of the things that Steve does do is he makes sure that he's not using any concentrate, only the fresh ingredients, specifically key lime juice is what he pulls to make the flavors. And then on top of that, the crust is all made fresh in-house. So let's go inside, check it out, see what they're all about. So first impression, there actually is no inside. It's only window service, but they do have these picnic tables out here where you could grab something like small pie that we have, or there's Swingles as well, and just on a nice hot summer day, which is not really today. Of course, we got the key lime pie, but then we also had 3 Swingles. It's the pie which is frozen and then dipped in chocolate. We got the classic, the raspberry, and then the La Victoria, which is named after Steve's wife, with chipotle puree, hand dipped in Belgian chocolate. So first, let's dig into this pie. Here we go. Ooh. What I'm noticing first, as soon as I dig into this, is how thick the key lime is. Cheers. I like it. It's extremely strong. Right, you have the sweetness and then the sour, just both hit you all at once. And the crust, delicious. It kind of reminds me of a Biscoff cookie. Almost like they took a bunch of those Biscoff cookies, threw them in a blender, put them in butter, and then hardened it up, and then threw the key lime on there. You could tell that there's no additives, there's no fake ingredients. They're not trying to puff it up. It is what it is. The crust is a nice added sweetness and texture, crumbly cookie flavor to the key lime that it does have. Thick, luscious, and delicious. Yeah, this is good. It's fantastic. One of the best key lime pies I've ever had. Now these are the Swingles. We have the raspberry, the Victoria, and the original here at the end. First up, the OG. Here we go. What this almost reminds me of, like a key lime ice cream sandwich. Reason for that is you have the delicious crumbly crust on the inside, dipped in chocolate, but then the thick key lime custard that they do have is really what's, that would be that filling for the ice cream sandwich. This is fantastic. This would be something that I would love to serve to people for a post-dinner party. Bust these out, and because it's such a unique dessert, right? It's not just ice cream, or it's not just a pie, but it's a frozen pie dipped in chocolate that brings all these flavors together. Plus the fact that it's on a stick makes it convenient and easy to clean up. All I need to do, eat it, throw the stick away. Next up, the raspberry. We have the little red dot on there so we know it's the raspberry. That's what they do that for. Cheers. This one is a lot more sour. You do have the tart, but that's sour raspberry. I love the fruity flavor that this one does have. It's delicious. I mean, it's just with the combination of the tart and the sourness of the key lime and then the raspberry together. It's much less sweet than the original, but it's still a nice, delicious dessert that you can have. And then last, the Victoria, the spicy one. Here we go. That chipotle puree, fiery. It's the dominating flavor, where the original, right, you have the sweet and the tart. The raspberry, more tart than sweet, hint of sweetness. This is just hot, sour. Goes well with the richness of the dark chocolate. So there's a number of flavors, right? You have the sourness of the key lime. You have the hot of the chipotle puree, and then the richness of the dark chocolate, and then the sweetness of the crust, of the pie crust. I mean, a very interesting dessert. So Steve, he's originally from Florida. This reminds me of something I would find in South Florida. I know Mexicans especially, but the Latin culture, they love to add spices to their desserts. So with this, they definitely hit it on the head, getting the sweetness, but also the hot spiciness of a Latin dessert. Well done. Well, folks, that concludes our day here on the Brooklyn waterfront. And if you're looking for some authentic taste of the Key West, you have to come to Steve's Authentic Key Lime Pie. Now, when I'm ranking them from 1 to 4, I'm going to rank the pie number 1. Fantastic, loved it. The custard was so thick, luscious, and filled with so much flavor, and the crust, fantastic. Amazing. And then after that, we have the Swingles. The number 1 Swingle, which number 2 ranked overall, had to be the raspberry. I just love the richness of the dark chocolate to contrast the sourness and tartness of the raspberry. It just had a ton of flavor that I really did enjoy. And then after that, I'm going with the original Swingle and then La Victoria. The reason La Victoria ranks last, the chipotle puree was just a little bit too much for me, a little bit too overpowering. So if I'm coming back next time, I'm not going to get it. But if you enjoy those spicy desserts, maybe that's the one that you go for. I think the move that you need to do, though, is you need to take one of those pies home, you need to freeze it, and then throw a nice big fat scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of it. And from all of us here at A Piece of New York, we just want to say, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you like the content, give us a subscribe. And we hope you have a great day and a better week. Take it easy, y'all. Bye-bye.